Welcome back, folks, to episode 4 of our UK series, Ashford, where today we're doing a lot of detailing. That is exactly what we're starting off as. So as you can see in front of us, we're going to be detailing the alleyway up with a lot of rubbish. We've got the bins as well. And it looks the part, if you ask me. It absolutely looks the part. We're also designing our first little lone park with our skate park as well. If you look here, that looks absolutely fabulous. So if you want to see this, stay tuned to see how I done this, and it's coming up right now. So let's kick things off. Now I'm going to be starting with Elgendo's vanilla curb. So it's pretty tidy, to be fair. So see, when you're putting a surface down, as you can see the surface, you can see the surface edge. But see, when you use one of these curbs, it actually tidies the edge up really nicely. Now at the time of recording, the vanilla dark grass still hasn't been released, but I'm presuming it has been released now on PDX mods. I will leave a link in the description below to Elgendo's PDX account where all these mods can be found. And yeah, you're doing a great job, Elgendo. Keep up the good work, mate. It's making our little creations stand out dramatically. So if you have been keeping up episode 4, seen me build at high school, I still need a name for the high school. So let me know your comments below for a name for the high school. And once again, folks, if you did like this content, hit that like button. Even leave me a little comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. What would you do a little bit differently as well? It's always good to hear a little bit of feedback from yourselves. Anyway, on to the build. So I was going to design my own little park, but then I looked in the parks and I haven't actually used these yet in any of my builds, so I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to use one of these. And it fits in really, really nice into this area. It's nice and small, which is exactly what I'm wanting. So yeah, and then come to think, I was like, what else could I put into the right hand side here? I was going to opt for another park, but as you've already seen the end result, I opted to create myself a skate park. And that's where the Find It mod comes in really, really handy. Now, obviously, I brought a little path down here. I extended this surface. It's one of the UK surfaces that Elgendo's put into the game, which I love, love, love. And obviously, I had to create the fake, or the walkways, in case any of my citizens didn't want to walk on them. I also noticed that one of my zebra crossings had appeared. I was like, what? No danger. Let's get that covered. Just like that. And boom. Look how tidy that looks. Happy, happy, happy. Amazing. So this is where my Find It mod comes in really handy. I type in skate and then up pops everything from the skate park. So you've got these lovely little half pipes here. I drop in other little bits as well. I've not done a skate park in a building in a little while actually, so I thought, yeah, I'm going to do it. I've got a skate park that's actually just around the corner for me, but I rarely see anybody in it. Remember in the early 90s, guys? Do you remember the time when you had a lot of skaters kicking about? The big flary trousers with the skateboards? I'm going to be honest with you, I could not skate for the absolute life of me. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't even do an ollie, and that's probably one of the most simplest tricks you could probably do on a skateboard. But yeah, I even had the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, is it 2? I had that on PS2 actually. I loved that game. I don't know, I'd never ever completed it because I always just free moded around and just done all these tricks, but yeah. Anyway, I've got my skate park laid down. It's just picking the right surface for it, which I went into my extra assets tool and went along to the surface tab, and then yeah, put a little surface around here, as you can see here, and it doesn't actually look too bad when the surface is dropped. I'm just moving some bits into place just before I fence off this area. Moving on, so I decided to go into the landscaping tool, go to the residential props, and I found this UK short stone wall, which is pretty much very UK-like. You'll find a lot of these walls kicking about. And I apologise if you've just heard racket there, the cat has just climbed on top of my chair. Now she's stabbing me in the shoulder with her murder mittens. Thanks, Callie, thanks very much. One thing I am extremely happy about the UK pack that came out, if you go into your landscaping tool and go to residential props and you scroll all the way down, we have gates. Look at these gates. The builds that I've recently done previous, I've always, had to put in a little fake gate, but I'm so glad they're here. For this part, I should have just used to move it, and I just go down, move it over, just so it fits nicely, and there we have it. The skate park is now enclosed, which I'm pretty much happy about. And then go back into the extra assets. I go into the stain decals, and I basically stain up the ground of the skate park. I don't want it looking too clean because it doesn't look clean all the time. In fact, it rarely looks clean. The skate park looks dirty and stuff. And after I've done that, I go along to the puddle decals. I scroll down to puddle 02, which has got this lovely little puddle. And I just create it like it's up against the wall, that there's potentially a hilly area here, and it's just been raining. I think it looks not too bad, to be fair. Another good mod from Elgendo right there. So I go back into my Find It mod and I find the skate park sign. Now I didn't realise the skate park sign was going to be this big. I'm actually not a fan of how big the sign is. So I was just placing it in the right area, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to place it to the right hand side there. It fits in nicely and it's out the way. So moving on, I do put some lovely little trees around here, just to fill in the area. I don't know why I done this. I put the muck under the trees because it doesn't really show once I put the grass down, so it was just a little bit of a pointless exercise right here. And I also put trees down here, so you really can't see that, so yeah, it was really pointless. So I put the little bushes down at the bottom, and I used my Move It mod just to sink it into the ground. I'm pretty sure I'm not clicking the right thing here, and I could have done it with the tree on, but I was like, no. Well, good. Just sink it into the ground. You can see a little bit of the muck that I have put in, but I think it makes it look pretty realistic, to be fair. Little tree at the bottom of a tree, or should I say bush? Yeah, a little bush. After I've done that, I go into my grass tab in my extra assets tool, and I just put the little surface down like so. I actually like that colour of grass. I've never really used that colour before, but yeah, I'm actually liking it. After that, I move on to this little area here, and I go into my parks tab and I find these lovely little seating areas. I've never really used them in any of my builds before, so I thought I'd place them down, just for my citizens to sit and just vibe, I do have only one surface. I delete one of the surfaces, and I keep the one on the right hand side. All I do is I just extend it like so. And once I've done that, I put a lovely little water fountain here, which I think it finishes the area off quite nicely. I go into my extra assets tool, I go along to surfaces, I go along to tile surfaces, and I found this lovely surface by Elgendo. It's the Belfast surface. I think it fits in really, really nicely here, as you can see. I also move the water fountain slightly centre, just to make it look good. If you go into your props, your residential prop tab, you can scroll down to this little hedge, and all I do is I just divide it the path from obviously the water fountain, as you can see right here. So once the hedges are in place, I go into my landscaping tab, along to the parks, and I find bench 1 that I just plop down, as you can see here. Just finishes it off nicely and gives a chance for people to sit down and admire the little fountain. So I've also put some bins down, which you'll also find in the parks tab. For this little area here, this little grass area, I decided to go in and get some flowers down. So it does what it says in the tin, plop some lovely little bushes down. Once I've done that, I go along to the trash decal and I just put like the rubbish all over the floor. We call it rubbish here in the UK, so that's what I'm going to call it. I also do it in the little play park as well, just having little bits of paper and stuff. Again, another one of Elgendo's mods, and I'll post a link in the description to Elgendo's PDX account where you can find all these mods, so check out the description below. I also add some like stains as well, just to give it that horrible look, and yeah, pretty much almost done here. Now for the alleyway, this is where I'm going to speed things up here a little bit. I put a lot of decals down, I put a lot of bins down just to give it that alleyway feel. I also fired some graffiti on the wall as well, but I am just going to leave you be there now, and I'll be back in one moment. And that is a wrap, folks. This episode is done and dusted. If you did like this episode, hit that like button, or if you want to comment down below, let me know your thoughts. A big thank you to every one of you that are supporting me here on my channel right now and subscribing to me. Really means a lot. You've been watching me, Bearded Brown, and until next time, happy gaming.